Hello, welcome in. Welcome. Give yourself a big hello. You let your arms stretch out nice, big, and wide. Hold space for yourself. It's a good day to expand. Little precursor to the physical practice. This space that you get to take up is your energetic field. Your heart space goes out much further than this. But yeah, so I taught a private the other day, and it was a person I'd never worked with before. And I said, allow yourself to take up all the space that you need. And that just opened up this floodgate of gratitude and emotion. As I think a lot of us spend time staying small. And the physical practice, especially, well, the one that I know the most, the Anusara practice, we very much rely on a concept called spanda, and that's this pulsation. So in order to get this big, we have to know how to hug in. So see if you can find that pulsation and make it like a hydraulic, like you're not just going through a rote motion, but you're literally pulling energy into your being. And then from that connection, you're pouring it back out. Like the visual I use in my own weird mind is I'm inside of a balloon and I want to be able to press out into the balloon without popping it. So, the idea of spanda and that everything in our known universe operates on this principle, from starlight to sunlight to the very cell in your physical body. And from day to night, there's just this contraction to expand. And can we allow ourselves? So it's the fifth principle of alignment in the Anusara yoga practice. It's called organic energy. I call it organic active extension and or expansion. And it's really the knowing that you get to pull the power of life into you. And from that connection, that remembrance that this power was never not there. It was there all along. And we just get to harness it, rein it, and then let it expand out. So before we get too serious and into the practice, I'm going to give you a little heads up that you will need a wall space if you want to turn the short edge of your sticky mat to right up against the wall. That would be a very good idea. If you don't have a wall and 2 blocks, you can use your imagination. The principle of organic active expansion or extension or organic energy very much relies upon our ability to harness the unseen. And so you can draw upon your imagination in this practice. Maybe you won't be able to see all of me at certain points because I'm not fancy enough to have 2 or 3 cameras or somebody running around me getting all these angles. I'll do my best. And once you set up your space, let yourself rest back on your sticky mat. I'll give you time, don't worry. If you're already there, harness that spanda in the form of your very own breath. A couple of practices ago, we worked on how we could expand from the inside out with an inhalation, maintain the expansion from within, even as we exhale, and try to keep the back body nice and full. If you missed that practice, just imagine right now that you can direct the breath and then let your breath follow your imagination. Anything you can imagine in your own brilliant, beautiful mind in the energetic realm is very real. 5D real, big, beautiful, energetic real. Draw your hands to your heart. From a spiritually oriented perspective, to be able to harness and draw upon the power of life that has chosen to take form in you as you. It is as close as your next breath to come into that place where that which longed to become will so gratefully expand when you give it your awareness. And then I think the more manifested human experience of that is to, can you not clamp down on it? Can you not contract with it and let the expansion keep growing? And so today's practice will focus on that. We'll start with one beautiful Om to honor, recognize, and bring outward offering to. We are really open to and connected to something much, much larger. Nice deep breath in. Big long breath out. Full inhale. Oh. All right, so this practice is taking a lot for granted, and that is that you have some working knowledge of the practice of yoga. I'm not going to be able to address all the little things that I would like to while focusing on a couple of things. So when you come to the wall with your feet, I would like for you to put your feet right up against the floorboard so that when you take a downward facing dog, the balls of your feet are on the floor and your heels are up against the wall. Balls of your feet are on the floorboard or on the floor and the heels are up against the wall. And once you land in that position, just soften and bend the knees. Let go of an exhalation and let whatever you've been contracted with, some sense of limited definition of self, let it go with an exhalation. And then feel your hands on your mat, push down through your fingertips. And as you draw power, energy, awareness up through the arms, into your back body, into your shoulder blades, breathe into that. And as you firmly but sweetly press from your shoulder blades down through your hands, can you move your spine long and up through your hips, and then feel your heels pushing into the wall as much as your hands push down into the ground. One of my favorite words that relates to this concept is tensegrity. Can you root down into the earth as much as you reach up into the sky? And as much as you reach up into the sky, can you come back down to earth and find that pulsation, that spanda? Now, here's an invitation. Keep pushing your heels into the wall and come to a plank. So most people, when they come to plank, they let go of the energy that pushes through the heels. And just, you may have to walk your hands forward so that you're in a full plank, and make sure that you haven't locked out your knees entirely. So not good to lock the knees. Now keep pressing into your heels and push up and back to downward dog. So we've been in dog pose for a long time. I said this practice will take for granted that you have a working knowledge of downward dog. One more time, push through the heels and come to plank. Now, extend through your crown, your head, as much as you push through your heels. Imagine there's a wall or a block right out in front of your head, and keep pushing through your hands, the balls of your feet, your heels, and your crown. Keep pushing your heels into the wall and press your hips back until you can bring your knees down. And then finally, your heels can let go, and you'll take a little moment in child's pose to circle out your wrists and recover the smoothness to your breath. I like to use this practice to teach some skills and drills so that when you go into a full-blown yoga practice, the one that you like to go to, you have some deeper awareness to bring to that practice. Inhale, come forward, all fours. Set yourself up for a plank pose. Feel the balls of your feet, your hands, and push the heels into the wall and come up to plank. And I'm going to have to walk my hands forward in a handprint. And keep the hands and the feet where they are, and see if you can push through your heels to take downward dog. For a lot of you, it'll be a longer downward dog than you might be used to when you come from plank. So now keep pushing from dog through the heels and back to plank. Inhale, dog. Now here's a hard one. Walk your feet to the midline so your feet touch and your heels touch. Inhale your right leg up, and it's probably going to come up the wall for you. Keep pushing down through your hands, down through the heel that's at the wall, and now up through that lifted foot. On your inhalation, that might be a different breath directive for many of you. Inhale, push through the heel at the wall and step that right foot forward. Yeah. And I'm going to have you do that again. And my friends that are in the room with me, I'm going to watch you and see if your heel stayed at the wall in your transition. So up and back to dog. Up and back to dog. Keep rooting through left foot as you inhale, right leg up. From your heart, push through your hands, down through the foot that's on the floor and that heel. And now inhale and keep pushing your heel into the wall as you step the right foot through. Don't let it go, Larry. So you move what happens is we get momentum and we hook that foot forward instead of having to push down and rise up and use our integrated core power. Step back to dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. And rooting through right leg, inhale, left leg up. And now keep pressing through the right heel even as you step. And maybe the foot won't go all the way forward as far as you normally get it, but it actually might be lighter. Better. Keep pushing the heel into the wall. Don't let it go. That's hard, isn't it? Inhale, up and back, dog pose. Deep breath in. Push through both heels. Inhale, plank. And exhale, dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, reaffirm and press that left heel into the wall. Keep pushing into the wall. Inhale, step right foot forward. Nice, Marcy. Almost, JP. Almost, Laureen. I know, it's hard. Deep breath in. Full breath out, dog pose. What if you let go of getting your foot all the way forward and you committed to the expansion through the back body, that which you can't see, and maybe the foot that you can see only comes so far. And then you could move it again by pushing the hips back, rooting through that back heel, rooting through your hands, and you might step that foot further forward. Better. There we go. All right. Now push down through the front foot and step forward. Shake out your head. Oh, let out a big sigh. And feel the earth below your feet. Lengthen the legs, bend the legs, lengthen the legs, bend the legs, but don't let go of pushing down through your feet, pushing down through your fingertips. And even as you push down, pull the legs to straight. Even as you push down, bend the knees. And then start to find how you can lengthen your spine as you find Spanda. And when you're ready, plant your hands, step to plank, line yourself up so that your feet are down, balls of the feet down, heels on the wall. Press through plank. Inhale, dog. And slowly lower the knees. Okay. So this next one, you'll need a block. And I'll show you here because you'll be able to see it, but then I'm going to have to turn my back to you. And we're going to take the block to the crown of your head and take a pose that looks like this. So you need to be close enough where you can get the block to the wall. And then we're going to move your hands back behind you. So you're going to let go of the block with your hand. So we'll take the right foot forward, set yourself up, and try to find your spacing. And there's a spot on your head that's not unlike, or actually exactly like the spot where you put your head for headstand. And if you don't know where that is, it's not right on the top flat part of your head. It's more towards your hairline. And we'll take right foot forward, left leg back, and you can press the left heel down like a warrior one back leg. Pull the front hip back. And as you root from your hips through your feet, press long through your crown and then extend your arms back behind you. And try to find enough space that you're not short in the side body or you're not compressing your neck. You want to try to get your front legs straight in pyramid pose. And your chest may be parallel to the ground, maybe. And so this active extension is rooting from the hips to the feet first, and then long through your crown. Place your hands to the wall, hold the block in place, and change legs. Left leg forward, right leg back. And this is definitely in relationship to your body. And active feet, steady shins as you press the hips back, thighs wide. Firm your belly, pull the front ribs into the back ribs and press from your hips through your feet. And then long through the crown so that you can hold that block in place. And reach up and hold the block and lift up. All right, when we come back to your plank and find that same expansion through the heels to the wall and through the crown out in front. And breathe. And notice when you try to push through your crown, your heels get light. When you push through your heels, your crown might let go. Good. And inhale to your knees. All right. Next one. You might want to turn your mat sideways now. I have 2 mats. I know not all people have that luxury. So turn your mat so it's facing the long edge the same way as your wall. Or maybe you're in a corner. That would be ideal. Take the right leg forward. Actually, change that up and make sure that I'll cue it differently. Make sure that your right leg is the leg that's closest to the wall. So you may need to turn around. Yeah, there you go. Straighten both legs. Now, if you don't have 2 blocks, what would you do? And I instruct using blocks because a lot of people can force their way into a pose, but they wind up compromising the expansion of their shape in some place in their being. Try to get your hips level and square. JP, turn your back toes more forward and take your back foot a little wider towards the long edge of your mat. Pull the front hip back. Now push from your hips through the balls of your feet as if your balls of your feet were at the wall, and then push down through your heels. From your hips to your heels. Pull the energy through the crown and see if you can find that same energy as you reach your hands back behind you, of your crown pressing forward. And inhale. And exhale. Keep rooting through your back heel even as you place your hands to your blocks. Step forward. And then we'll go other leg back. Moderate the length of your stance so that you can find square and level in your hips. We could set a coffee cup, teacup, or your beverage of choice on your sacrum. Lift your throat so it lines up with the back of your heart. Side body's long. Go longer from waistline to armpit. So that doesn't mean moving the hands forward. It means moving your armpits forward. Forward towards your earlobes. Forward towards the front toes. And then draw your shoulder blades onto your back. As you push through the balls of your feet, you'll feel a certain set of muscles get stronger. Your calf muscles, your lower leg. From your buttocks, push more through your heels, and then lengthen through your crown and float your hands back and up. Reach through your crown. Good. And keep reaching through that back leg, even as you reach the hands to your blocks. And step forward. Take 2 blocks and lift them up, standing. I'm going to take those 2 blocks and place them outside your hips like that. And when you face so that your right foot is forward to the wall, that block that was to the outer right hip, you're going to hold it with your hip to the wall, not your hand. So now press your hip into that. So right leg forward. I know you can't see me, that's why I'm holding. It would look like this. This hip is at the wall and you let go. So right leg forward. Hip holds the block. And now keep pressing your hip into the block as you bow forward. Same pose, pyramid pose. Set the block that's your left hand is holding down on the inside of your front foot. And just feel the energy pressing down through your front right big toe. Pull that energy from big toe to inner ankle, heel. Same with your back foot, from big toe to inner heel. Keep pressing through the heels, lengthen through your crown. Right hand to your sacrum, that triangular bone on your back body. Now keep pressing your hip into the wall and reaching through your back leg, turn your heart from left to right. So it's a twist to the wall. Now see if you can line up your belly, your heart, your throat, your crown, and as if your crown was pressing into a wall out in front of you. And then maybe the right arm lifts up towards the sky. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, the right arm back and down. Keep pressing into that block at the wall and lift your heart up all the way. Standing up. And step forward. Whew. Change sides. Left foot forward, left hip secures the block to the wall. Square your hips. Root down through both feet, rise up through the crown. Place your hand right on top of your head, the left hand. Push down into the earth and spanda. Pull energy into the hips. From the hips, push down through the feet and expand up and out. Take up space, as much space as you can. Not just up, but back and wide. And maintain that. Down, up, back, and wide as you bow forward. Pyramid pose. And then right hand inside your front left foot. Keep pressing into the hip that's at the wall. Find your back foot. Side body's long, waistline to armpit. And then I didn't take the hand off of my crown. Keep pushing into the earth and stretch the crown into your hand. And then reach that hand back to your sacrum or your hips square. And keep pressing that front left hip into the block and down through the back heel and out through your crown as you revolve around your own spine, your own central axis. Deep breath in a form of revolved triangle. And if you feel like you can really root down and expand out, then you can lift that left arm up towards the sky. It's the last little cherry on the ice cream soda, so to speak. And inhale, come with that left arm back and down. Square the chest and the heart and push into the earth to lift your heart and crown up. And that was your short little practice on how to maintain expansion. And we'll come back to the seat. So those are a few poses you could practice on your own to help you understand the power play dynamics of being in your body and big like a bright shining star, to stay grounded and expansive at the same time. And let's take a little twist here. Left hand, right knee. Beautiful breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, right hand, left knee, twist. And find tensegrity here. So which parts of your body touch the earth? Use the earth, feel the earth. We all need boundaries in order to expand. They're healthy. Inhale, center. Draw your hands to your heart. And deepen your breath. And give yourself this one sweet contemplation, and it might sit with you the rest of your day. What if I gave myself permission to take up all the space that I need? What happens when? And where in my body would I like to find more expansion? And take your index finger to the brow center, your third eye, which is right between your eyebrows and about an inch further up from where the brows are. And just expand your intuitive awareness, expand into the brilliant, beautiful imagination that holds your dreams and visions. And may you expand into all that you're becoming. Namaste. Thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your day.